Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black with a Strat Time report on a Friday, and we've been going back and forth to see how they're going to finish off the weaker and sour note. So back and forth we went on the daily here, down, up, both sides, and then boom. So what that does is that still getting us closer to an outside month here in the lower middle, taking out last week's lows. So we had the two up, two down reversal last week in the SPY. We knew about that. And now the two down continuation, albeit not easy to stay in on the short side when you have rallies back like this. But that's what's going to happen. So we closed as an inside 60, right, yesterday. And so people always ask me, does that matter? I'm like, it does. So when it gapped down, came down to take out all these guys in one quick shot here. And you might have heard me talk about a continuity entry. How do you get in on something like that? Well, you're going to see this here. See this, how it wicks up? As soon as that goes back red here, you can slam it right there with a tight stop. It should just fall apart because you've got red on all time frames. You had some guys, short guys cover, or guys try to bottom pick, and then boom. As soon as you take that out, continuity entry, full continuity to the downside. If we go to QQQ, here also closed the inside 60. You can see how tight that was. It only poked up a little bit. Boom, right? But Qs, you can see still like 4-day range. You're at the lower end of it, but still kind of stuck in here. But you do take out last week's lows. Still potential an outside month here. Now a new 60 here, so we'll see how that goes. If you go to the Dow Jones Diamonds, and Dow Jones Diamonds, RevStrat day doesn't get killed though. You can see this inside day pokes up. Boom. Then you take these, the magnitude was only to take these three out, which it did, right? You're still two down on the month, two down on the week, right? So you still got some problems. Now on the new 60, I was watching those new 60s, see if they're going to come here and cover, right? They get a slight two down, and now above this for the next hour, 346.07, got a little short covering in there for some bottom picking. If we go to small cappers, small cappers, looks like handily inside day to me, and going inside on the 60 for right now. Still stuck in the middle of this monthly range forever. But if it's something discernible where they're going here is going to healthcare. Once a month I put out the macro list, and that's the quarterly and the yearly signals. And oh boy, sometimes they really kick in. Thermo, inside quarter and upper. Look at this baby. Boom. All right, we'll take that. Nice little move. Jammed them up in here a little bit. Stop them out. Jam them. Gap and go. So Thermo still doing all right here. Just exhaustion risk going into the highs. And so other healthcares are maintaining here, even with the market down. You got Humana. It's an outside day to the upside. Not much on the weeker here or the month, but for the day on a Friday when get them lower lows and come back through broadening formation. You can see the higher highs in the lower lows. Humana, ANTM. Here, also coming back up, going after last week's highs. Right, so these things are acting a little better. How's Johnny Jan? Johnny John not so fortunate with that weekly shooter down. If we go to UNH, and UNH still coming up a little bit, coming up close to the week, but you can see discernibly that's a neighborhood of interest for them today. If we go to W, and W just takes an inside 60 to the upside last hour, still handily inside month, outside week to the upside, but taking out going to the highs of the week, and you know that's always good, especially if the market's down. It tells you we got some buyers in there. If we go to used cars, AutoNation, boom. This is what we look for. The two down, two up week reversal back to the previous range. Still got some room to go take out some of these guys here too. Inside on the 60 now, but you can see that was just real nice break here off that 2-2 reversal week. CarMax also. CarMax, get boy. And CarMax going to the highs, going 3-2 on the monther here after a little inside 60 to the upside. Daily, see that outside day here. 3-2 to the upside, and off she goes off the inside weakers down in here. You can see that lower low from those guys and these higher highs. There's your broadening formation. So a little exhaustion risk by going up there, but it sure did its job. If we go to lows, and lows just coming up here on that week and taking out this 3 month, outside month and going above that. Stalling out here a little bit on the 60 because you can always watch that with Home Depot, which is not doing too much, albeit positive on the day. If we go to HLBZ, HLBZ shenaniganer, but nice gap and go, and now just backing off. We'll see if that sets up again on anything. Let me see that 30. So here, if you can close out, you got a 2 down. Here's a 2 up, 2 down reversal on the 60. So if you can take out this high next hour, 2173, that would get my attention over there. If we go to Beyond the Meats, nice hammer day up. 2-2 reversal day on a Friday. And so when things occur matters. You can hear me say that a lot. So what I mean by that is, albeit red on the month and when it was red on the week when it took this hammer, it's Friday. So let's say you're short this thing, right? You might want to bring some in and cover. And that's what you can see here on the 2 down, 2 up hammer. Now trying to go inside on the 60 to the upside here for the next hour above 112.38. If we go to WKSP, oh boy, I know what these guys are doing, but they're doing it right so far. And you can see that big gap and then sit, and now starting to accelerate a little bit more. So we'll see if that sets up with an inside 60, 15er. Right now it's trying to go 2 down, 2 up on the 15, and might even give you an inside 30 to keep an eye on there too. If we go to RNG, after yesterday's 2-2 hammer reversal comes back up to change that week back green. Still red on the month, and you're taking a 4 months lows out. That's a problem. But as of right now, in a down market, maintaining some strength here on a Friday. So we'll see if that can continue for us. If we go to Hain Celestial, having a nice little day. Still inside week, but you got that inside month. But you got this 2-week pattern here. So when it takes this out, these 2 weeks are an inside bar. Boom. At these 3 will still be an inside bar next week. That's good. That can give you another signal to the upside. Momo Hammer Daily. Anybody got short yesterday? Getting jammed in here, going up like so. And on the 60, you wait for what? Triangle out. There's a 2 down. Boom. 2-2 reversal back up. And if we go to ZM, and ZM a little bottom picking because it is inside week to the downside, right? It's a 2 down on the month, but it's a Friday, right? So a little short cover maybe. A little hammer right there. Boom, and back up she goes off the inside 60 as well. If we go to downside XLU, discernibly they're not running to any defense here. And you can see that here in the week down, right? Red on the month. So these utilities, they're not running into a defensive posture. That's a bit of an issue. If we go to, well, let's do it again. Facebook. Yeah, boy. After the inside day triggered the inside week to the downside, it did it again. Inside day to the downside, reconfirming inside week to the downside. Now on that 60 trying to come back up off a hammer. We'll see if that sets up again. If we go to Moderna, and Moderna having some issues here today. Inside month, still an inside week, but here if you look at the daily, you're going to see this. The inside day, the stop them out, the rev strat, boom, take all these guys out in one shot, still dropping. BNTX, still an inside day, but you can see there's a big enough range in here. That's 20 bucks of an inside day, and all that does is bring it back to doji on the week. This is where it would get in trouble if you can take this shooter out on the month. You got some distance on that, but some weakness there for today. If you go to letter X, ow. Letter X, inside day, and we always want to say, you know, if this works, what will that do? If this works, you can trigger that 2-2 monther to the downside here, 2 up, 2 down on the month. So for the rest of the month, I want to know about letter X below 24.55, right? So we've got some problems here, letter X, and you can always look around and see how Nucor's doing. Some steel coming in, STLD maybe. Always just want to look around the sectors because that's important, because that tells you that they're selling steel across the board. They're not just selling X, they're selling all of them, right? Just like they're buying the healthcare. SPY coming back here, and you can see here on the 60, while we're always watching that 60, what's going on here? Slight lower low, 2 down, 2 up, reversal for the SPY right now. So because the major time frames up in here are all red, Every time there's a new 60, we're waiting for this baby to go red, because then you'll have full time frame continuity to the downside. If we go to Honeywell, and Honeywell trying to come back up inside 60, just still taking all this, still watching this weekly try here because of this monthly reversal, 2 up, 2 down. And we had that inside day to the downside continuing, now trying to firm up with the market itself. If we go to Google, and Goog staying down, Goog on an inside day. This is what we look for, the outside day, inside day. And we're looking to take this baby out, right? Doji on the week, so not doing much, but you are red on the month. So still looking by the end of the day to try and take this baby out. 28, 26, 95. If we go to Flava Flav, IFF having all sorts of trouble here. And you can see this completes the monthly pattern. And what I mean by that is here. This is an outside bar. Took out the highs and the lows, right? Then you took out the highs, and then when you go 322 back down in here, we're looking to take this out because they're willing to pay up and sell down. They might do it again, and they did. But now trying to firm up with market, you can see that inside 60 to the downside. If we go to Beam, B-E-A-M. Beam, another rev strat that has completed, but can set up the rev strat month. You can see this daily did its job. The inside day, the poke up, the stop all three of these guys out. Right, that's what you're looking to do. It did it. Now, like with the market coming back, so this is what we call exhaustion risk. It did its job, what it was supposed to do. Maybe sometimes they keep going, sometimes they don't. But then you look for do you have a reversal where you would need to cover? You do on the 60, 2 down, 2 back up, cover. And if you caught this rev strat, you can get long here because you're playing with their money now, and that's a reversal, right? A little icing on the cake, if you will. Once again, opening the day inside 60. Boom, and didn't gap. If we go to SNPS, and SNPS trying to firm up here just a little bit, but you can see this inside week to the downside and getting hit here late. Just kind of sat there all week, and so it was a nice little late hit with the market. If we go to PTGX, just a big gapper to the downside, trying to recover a little bit. So they might have done what they're going to do to this thing. If we go to PPG, and PPG inside month to the downside, still going, right? And so you'll hear me say wait for triangle layout. That was this here, slight higher high, 2 up, and then boom, 2-2 reversal. Still good, still good, still good. Inside day to add. Down she goes because that month is still good. If we go to PKG. PKJ having a rough week. Having a rough one and looking for an outside month. You see this? We're much closer to taking this low out. Now inside 60, firming up with market, but market doesn't look like it's going too far right here either way. So we can see, like I said, you wait for those 60s to go back red. Moderna and BNTX accelerating as I speak. It's going to take these guys out as I speak. Like I said, take them out. Then we'll see. BNTX accelerate. You're going to not be inside day for us. It's getting closer. Those things are real heavy. If we go to VRSN. And VeriSign having a rough day. This is a little thing we call triangle layout because it was good on the month. That's a 2-2 reversal hammer, right? Then anytime you get those slight higher highs, you better stay up there. Because if you don't, there's your broadening formation. Slight higher high, lower lows, triangle layout. And you can see this angle here. Boom. 2-2 reversal to counter that month and turn that week back red. So VeriSign having a rough day. If we go to EMN, Eastman Chemical. And Eastman Chemical, EMN, just the 2 down, the 2 up day, and then boom, right back down. Inside on the 60 right now, but this has our attention because of this inside month to the downside, right? And you can see a rough week trying to get out of all this. And if we go to CHRW, this was in the video this week because it was strong in a weak day here, inside day. And then we're looking to go up here, take out the broadening formation, which we did. Then, boom, up here, and then there's your 2-2 reversal back to the previous range, looking for this to triangle all the way back down with the trannies. So, coming into the end of the week, they're trying to trying to disappoint, but we've seen rallies back, so mind those 60s. That's what we're going to do. How's that Apple doing? Apple inside day and down for you, but once again, mind those 60s. That's the secret sauce right there. What's going to happen during the day? All right, that's going to do it. Hope everybody has a great week and has an even better weekend. I'm Rob Smith of Smith in the Black with Strat Time Report.